me stay here a little longer in this body. Let me stay here a little longer in this body.
Wake up! Hey! Wake up! The sun's frying your butt! Are you okay? Can you hear me?
Oh, ada si bowler.
You're not dreaming. Even though it's been a day, I still break into a sweat when I think about it. I'm so jealous that you got a good night's sleep. I was traumatized and too scared to even close my eyes. They've already left, leaving this kind-hearted girl to wake you up. You owe her big time. The Stellaron was sealed while you were sleeping. The
Main
ordinary
apa nih
people
bang?
in
Ini Honkai
Penacony
Star
have
Rail.
no idea what happened. They just feel like something's missing from their memories. The family's official statement was like, the Charmony Festival was attacked by an unidentified Stellaron and came to a halt. After all, they can't just now
Suaranya
all
nggak pas,
major
Kak?
lineages except for the Oak family
Apa
are
kegedean?
dealing with the aftermath.
Atau
The
kurang gede
family
kali?
invited the crew to the Radiant Feldspar as witnesses for an important meeting. Everyone's waiting for you, so hurry up and pack. We're leaving as soon as you're ready.
Tolong kasih apa lagi nih?
After all this craziness, nothing is better than staying safe and... Yeah, let's go!
Tambah ungu, maksudnya apaan? Tetap jadi ungu lah.
How extravagant. Just like Epsilon. How was it? Did it live up to your dreamscape expectations?
You already asked that.
Alah, terus apa?
Here.
Yeah, and you said no back then.
Yo.
But after all this madness, I'd say you've grown fond of it. Just a heads up, you're still on the Bloodhound family's wanted list, so... And this time, it's Firefly in the picture.
Indeed. In Kafka's words, that's also a missing part of my life. Still, it'd be quite inconvenient if I can't move freely. Could you help me out, Silverwolf?
I knew you'd say
Tambah biru,
that.
tambah biru.
Don't worry, I've hacked all the systems and left no
Apa kuning kali?
Don't do anything that may draw attention, and don't talk with guards. They might recognize you. Keep these 2 points in mind, and you can go wherever...
Thank you.
No problem, Miss Samuel. I love this fake name. Now that we're done here in Penacony, what will you do in your free time? I hear the Genius
Nyeramahkan
Society is here. How about we go stir up some...
Well, you
Apa sih
know, the
maksudnya?
script isn't over yet.
I didn't bring you back to hear an answer like that.
Don't worry. The script says that I'll experience 3 deaths, but also receive an unforgettable reward on the planet of festivities. How will I know if I don't try? All possibilities exist until the outcome actually happens.
Mau tambangan ginjal terus.
You may not realize it, but you have a
Coba
bad
deh kayak gua.
habit. Whenever you seem to be asking a question, you've already made up your mind, and no words will dissuade you. Anyway, Kafka asked me to pass on this message.
Nggak tahu apa yang warna
If you
ungu.
see anything fabulous in
Indo ada.
get one for me too. Just
Ceban tuh ungu tuh.
she didn't specify anything, but I guess she means a dress, coat, sunglasses, or something else. You know better about fashion than I do.
Sure, I'll keep an eye out. There's tons of options at OT Mall. Do you think she'll like trinkets, like hair accessories or brooches?
Those sound more like something for young girls. Maybe you should keep them for yourself. Oh, by the way, Blade didn't explicitly say it, but I think he was
Ya,
trying
warna
to say
10.000.
something
Iya.
like, temptation will show up again in penacony.
Got it.
Terus
He was
ditambah.
just worried about me.
Oh.
I don't do anything crazy. I just want to wander around and see more of the world for myself. I want to buy some oatcake rolls.
Baru masuk
I've
gua.
had cake roll every day since I arrived in Penacony, from the first day to the last. But today, I'll buy 2 and give you 1. And if you don't like
Benar.
it, I'll enjoy double the pleasure. Or I can bring one to Kafka, as she never refuses.
Terus yang
That's
50.000
not written in
biru
the
kan.
script, right?
Tambah 2
But
jadi
as you see,
cepet gitu merah ya ya.
I have added new footnotes to my destiny.
Welcome, Director Topaz.
Huh. Quite a spectacle. I thought they would choose a more formal and low-key location for the
About this, Director.
Oh, ini tempat
I've asked
barunya nih.
around. This airship named the Radiant Feldspar belongs to the Alfalfa family. This conference between the IPC and the family will have a direct impact on Penacony's future. The atmosphere here, it doesn't feel serious enough.
If I'm right, this conference is probably just a prelude. Whoever organized it wants to assess the IP. This
Jangan gini nggak,
influential
Bang?
figure
Bisa apa
either
ya?
has their own ambitions and wants to reach a preliminary agreement.
Oh, your mind is always so sharp, Director Topaz. And when the big boss arrives, please remind her to be
Oh,
cautious
translate nggak
and
sih?
watch out for any
Thank you for the reminder, but just tell everyone on our team to stay focused on their tasks and not worry about the negotiations.
Oh, got it.
Oh, and don't call Miss Jade Big Boss in front of her, or there will be serious consequences. I mean,
Coba sih.
really.
Ngirim apa sih ini? Penasaran gue yang lu tuh ketik tuh. Oh.
Got it. Thank you for the reminder, Director.
Ini tambah terasa ada pengaturan. Di mananya?
I tripped and fell right here.
Ini terhot. Setting YouTube apa setting Windows?
Looks like the conference won't be starting for a while. Such a bustling place. I think I'll take a little walk around. hungry, Numby. Food in the dream. Numby! Cat! There. Don't.
Buduk. Oh enggak.
Hard work pays off.
Lagi di atas. Bisa di komen loh.
Oh, free stuff.
Itu yang menarik sih.
Watch yourselves in front of the IPC.
So many buttons. How many didn't expect those
Huh? What are these?
For your safety, please stay away from those.
For my safety? Are these buttons something dangerous?
Not exactly. According to those involved, he said something like, just
Pero
press
komen
this
miring
button
yang
and
dulu
all of
tes.
Penacony will
Yang
explode.
bisa di komen. Oh,
Luckily, no one
chat
believed.
gini nggak bisa.
Where's that prankster?
Yeah, that guy has some skills. However, you know, the Bloodhound fam. Anyway, the family will
Bagus sih
deal.
komen-komen gitu.
Please kindly keep your
Koman ya, bukan komen.
Greetings, madame.
Hello. Could you tell me?
I assume you are the ambassador of the Radiant Felspar is owned by...
Oh, so it's owned by old OTM.
Indeed. Mr. Alfalfa has impeccable... Please allow me to continue my introduction.
Reverberation? Such a formal way of putting it. I apologize.
Following the previous reverb, thankfully, the factors that so, Mr. Alfalfa...
Well, that would mean... Thank you for explaining matters to me. Hello? The Talent Motivation Department? Again? Internal review? Will it ever end? I'm working on a major project. I don't have time to squabble with you guys. The way I handled the Urillo case was approved by senior management, and all of the project logs and calls are complete. Can't you check on them yourselves? I just don't understand.
Gila
Why are
dimarahin.
you so fixated on this minor case and constantly escalating it?
Sounds exhausting. Why not just hang up?
Jade.
In my opinion, you handled that project quite well. A little ball of ice in exchange for the Astral Express's good favor. That's not a bad deal for the department.
Kameranya nggak usah santai ya.
I've been looking forward to working with you. Never imagined this day would come so soon. Is there trouble?
Ini aman kan?
You can
Aman
tell
kan?
me anything. Just like old times.
It's been a while, Madam Jade. I'm honored to have the opportunity to work with you.
You're still so formal, aren't you? Forget about the hierarchy and treat me as your equal. No need for unnecessary titles like Madam.
I'm sorry, but it might take some time to get used to that. After all, you are a senior.
Well, now that we're both members of the 10 Stone Hearts, I need you to be at your best. Especially since the upcoming negotiations leave no room for error. As sharp as you are, I'm sure you've figured out the true purpose of this conference, right?
The witch?
I believe old Oti has taken it upon himself to test our limits. before the official negotiations
Hilang tadi
between
katanya.
the
Tahu deh.
IPC and penacony.
That's true, and it works in our favor. Do you know why?
If we can reach some sort of agreement with old Oti beforehand, and gauge our opponent's boundaries, our future negotiations will go much more smoothly. That's the obvious benefit.
Exactly. And the hidden benefit is that as the head of the Alfalfa family, his actions suggest that the 5 lineages might not be as united as the Odes of Harmony would suggest, as long as the influence of Harmony hasn't completely permeated their core. Personal desires will always have their way. It's similar to the power struggles within the IPC. The supposed all-for-one philosophy shared by the 5 lineages.
After the downfall of the Yoke family, old Oti's faction became the dominant force in Penacony. Even if we consider only the succession order, he's the longest serving and most senior among all the family heads.
Yes, that's exactly why we need to handle the conference following an agreed-upon strategy. It's like playing a game of chess.
Absolutely. The 3 steps of negotiation: listen, test, and strike.
Pretty clear. Although, you seem to have changed the order in the Yarilo case.
That was based on my personal...
I apologize for interrupting your conversation, but the family head is ready to meet the ambassadors.
From the time to get to work. Let's prepare ourselves and meet that esteemed supporting actor. Remember, our goal is to create an opportunity for the IPC to enter Penacony.
Welcome aboard my ship, the Radiant Feldspar. Smart and please, have a seat. Let's have a pleasant conversation.
Siapa lagi sih? Oti ini siapa?
Welcome aboard, my dear ladies. Forgive me for any lack of attentiveness that might have led to a lengthy wait outside.
No problem at all, Mr. Alfalfa. It's my honor to meet you in
Alfalfa.
person. You may not be aware, but the book Odi Alfalfa, the biography, is a must-read for all Strategic Investment Department employees.
After all, to many, you are the legendary figure who single-handedly built the Penacony economy.
I
itu ada
expected
chess.
no less from the 10 stone hearts from the strategic investment. I always enjoy talking to smart people because we don't have to beat around the bush. We can just get straight to the point and...
The future of Penacony, if I'm not mistaken.
Precisely. Those few words represent a terribly complicated situation indeed. Let's take that golden-haired guy who's not showing up, for example. He put in great effort and almost got himself killed. But what was it all for? Wasn't it eventually to create an opportunity for you IPC to regain control of the precious Astana?
The wisdom and
Ketawa mulu
experience
nih
you've
orang.
accumulated over 10 Amber eras are truly impressive. Let's assume your assumptions are correct, Mr. Alfalfa. How would you respond to the IPC's actions?
I appreciate your composure, Miss Jade. You must have witnessed much in your worldly experiences. However, perhaps you don't know much about Penacony. Old Oti won't sit idly by when faced with a greedy wolf.
Iya bener ya. 1x1 ya.
Please, go ahead. I'm all E.
Then I'll be straightforward. I requested this meeting before the official conference to dissuade
Kayak
the
dwarf nih orang.
investment department from trying to... If you back off now, you can make a smooth exit and prevent the IPC from losing face during more important negotiations.
One of our P-45 executives was attacked and nearly killed in the dreamscape. The IPC can't simply ignore this incident. Moreover, considering the turbulence during the Charmony Festival, Penacony's credibility has taken a hit in the public's eyes.
Oh.
Despite your determined attitude, the issues plaguing Penacony are real, are they not?
You use
Real
the
sih
term
itu.
real, Miss Topaz, but let's not forget that this is the realm of dreams. If you want to succeed here, you need ambition and unconventional thinking. Curious about how I plan to respond to the IPC? Well, I don't mind sharing. My actions will help Penacony take a significant step forward by self-listing and going public.
Going public?
If I'm not mistaken, you want to bypass the IPC and go public on a universal scale.
Precisely. Instead of watching the IPC gnaw away at Penacony, I'd prefer to open the doors of the sweet dream to the entire universe. Starting today, anyone in the cosmos can become a shareholder of the land of the dreams. This is the path of harmony I'll choose. This reform should have been implemented earlier, but unfortunately, the Oak family were a bunch of blockheads blinded by order. Their level of intellectual flexibility doesn't even come close to an old fellow like me.
Gila dikatain.
Thanks to the little reverberation earlier, the biggest obstacle between me and my reforms has been eliminated. The Alfalfa family will publicize the financial results of Sweet Dream Paradise, so that the entire universe can see that despite the catastrophe, Penacony's...
Kayak cepetin aja biar kelar biar saya cepet.
Crisis and opportunity are two sides of the same coin.
Gak bisa kayaknya.
You've been waiting for the right moment for Penacony to regain the spot. And if Penacony should seize this opportunity to overcome adversity, even if the IPC tries to intervene, every move we make will be...
Now I'm convinced that you've indeed familiarized yourself with my biography, Miss Jade. So, about your next move. Please, consider it carefully.
Indeed. We need some time to digest such a wealth of information. I suggest we conclude the first half of our conference, Mr. Alfalfa. Please allow Topaz and me to confer privately for a few moments.
Of course. Take your time, dear ladies.
The Alfalfa family had a meeting with the IPC?
I got this information from a message sent by that IPC ambassador. He said it was to return the favor. It's not hard to imagine. Penacony today is pretty much like the frontier prison it once was, with external forces casting greedy eyes and the undercurrent of order lurking within. Instead of falling into a situation where they are plagued by both external and internal threats, Penacony would take a step back and invite the IPC to...
Well, no wonder they sought the mediation from the Astral Express. In your opinion?
I don't think the followers of the Harmony are completely innocent victims in all of this. For reasons unknown, they have a strong desire. If either the family or IPC were to assume full control of Penacony, it would return... There you are. Did you rest well?
I didn't disturb you since you were in a deep sleep.
Even long dreams eventually come to an end. Our adventure in Penacony is reaching its conclusion. After Anna's dream was shattered, the family branch from the
Itu game tahun kapan?
soon arrived and swiftly took control of the
Genshin gua udah gak main lagi.
The mastermind behind the plans was
males.
confirmed to be Gopher Wood, the previous Dream Master. But by the time we arrived, he was dead already.
That's what we're about to witness on the Radiant Feldspar.
Ultimately, the public perceived the incident as an attack by evil forces targeting the Charmony Festival. They believe the family failed to safeguard the sweet dream. Significantly, while quite different from the truth, this appears to be the outcome with the least—
After all, you don't know who's awake and who's pretending to be asleep. Well, they'll open their eyes in the face of danger. Once the danger subsides, here's a toast, with 3 glasses of glory of the Trailblaze to all of you. Yeah, it's good to see you all again. Although we might be saying goodbye again after this reunion. When will the Astral Express leave Penacony?
We'll stay a bit longer, but not too long.
So, this is our final meeting then? If this is a farewell, then it seems to be missing something. Music? Atmosphere? Maybe a special drink to honor those who are not here. Let's see. The mixed drink should be solemn, dignified, and unique. As we'll use it to pay
Malah mikirin
respect to the
minuman.
fallen heroes. To the nameless, resting in peace. And to Gallagher. Ready to mix your drink? Before we start, would you like to talk to your friends? We have plenty of time.
This trailblazing expedition has been thrilling and memorable. The conclusion of a journey can...
Biar cepet.
Ready to mix your drink? Before we start, would you? All right. I think I have an idea about what drink to make. Would you like it drowning sweetness? However, with the right ratios, not a bad choice. Words always fall short. If you want to bring closure to past
Bang
events
Mabit ngomong
in
aja.
this
Sok,
lounge, there's no
silakan.
better way than mixing a drink.
Makasih udah mampir.
Blend all your memories and well, it's done. Here's to the nameless resting in peace. The spirit of freedom will spread far and wide among the stars. We're not accepted by the outside world, so we've gathered here. And one day, our souls will return to the same place. Cheers. Oh, are you leaving? Oh, then take this with you.
Bang, yo.
I've mixed more of this last special drink for you. The past shouldn't be forgotten.
Thank you. I'm sure it'll leave a lasting impression.
If you happen to run into Gallagher, make sure he has a sip too. I know his... Alright, enough with the heavy stuff. You guys have important things to take care of, whether it's the Astral Express or Penacony. There's still a long journey ahead, and embark towards our tomorrows.
Old Odie is a tricky opponent. I didn't expect him to take the risky step of going pub.
Indeed. He's definitely bold. It's that kind of boldness that made him the Odie elf. Still, the outcome is uncertain.
They agreed. But it'll take some time before they arrive.
Just as it should be. The sweet dew should be served after.
Looks like we'll be skipping the exchanging apples step.
Now that we're dealing with a greedy merchant, a simple apple wouldn't make a difference. Well, I guess I included myself in that remark too. Now I'm a bit curious, Topaz. Do you think Penacony is a quality asset?
Yes. Despite its recent calamity, Penacony remains a top quality asset within the cosmos. With, good credit.
Well, that's obvious. But what I truly wanted to know is... This project is obviously too bland for your taste.
That's true. I wouldn't be here if it weren't for Venturine.
But despite that, you trust him. You even entrusted him with a cornerstone. Something as precious as life itself, to finish this gamble.
Are you not in the same boat, Miss Jade? Without us playing along, your Jade Stone wouldn't have made it across the border so easily, allowing you to see all desires that flow through dreams to gain a bargaining chip in negotiations. That's why I'm willing to stake my Topaz Stone to cover for you. It's like...
Once that kid sets his mind to something, nothing can stop him. Not even fate.
Looks like, we've strayed off topic, Miss Jade. Should we discuss our next steps?
No need. I'll go it alone. Meanwhile, you can go greet our honored guest and wait for my message.
Okay.
Is that Robin? Huh. She's also here on the Radiant Feldspar. There's a good child. Do as you're told.
Sini ada chest.
Is that all? Hardly worth the bother. Not exactly eye-catching. Is that all? Hardly worth the bother.
Ya nggak bisa. Jadi pesan ada burung origami. Oh, salah cerita tadi.
Greetings, Miss Robin. I didn't expect to meet you here.
Miss Jade? Greetings. The opening ceremony for the Charmony Festival has been moved to the Radiant Feldspar, so I'm here making some preparations. How about you? Have you spoken with Mr. Alfalfa?
I'm actually on my way to meet him right now. Do you know him well, Miss Robin?
Unfortunately, I've never met him. I've only heard a few comments from the former head of the Oak family. Mr. Alfalfa is respectable when it comes to business. But in other respects, I can't say the same.
Where do you think the future of the planet of festivities is headed?
I believe the sweet dream will see its rebirth. Just like the Radiant Feldspar resumed its voyage, the Harmony needs a new direction. Only by bidding farewell to the past can we actually sail into the future. There are no permanent allies or everlasting enemies. So let's both take what we need from this deal.
Naturally. I'm looking forward to your performance. See you at the festival.
See you later, Miss Jade.
Thank you for your patience, Mr. Alfalfa. Let's continue our discussion.
Figured out something already, Miss Jade? But where is Miss Topaz?
Topaz says something else to take care of. You'll be seeing her later. Talks can still continue between the two.
Is it just me, miss? Your tone sounds very different now.
I need to set a good example for my junior. It's not a good habit to be too loose-lipped during negotiations, right? Now we can speak frankly and openly. Do you believe what I said, Odie? You're not the only merchant who has seen the changes in the cosmic market over the past 10 Amber Eras.
Interesting. Now that's interesting. Good. It's good to be straightforward. Openness and transparency are my things. So, tell me, what's your next move?
Unfortunately, I'd like to speak the harsh truth before laying out my plan. Let's cut to the chase. Second, you can't stop the IPC from entering Penacony. We've got all the time and connections in the world to find a way in. We'll keep tearing down and rebuilding this place until the Asdana— Now, I'm repeating your words exactly. If you don't want to be a laughingstock and have everyone gunning for you at the official conference, you'd better drop your little pie-in-the-sky plan.
Oh, interesting. Indeed. You surely have a way with words. Now, I'm curious to know what you have up your sleeve.
Mr. Alfalfa, let's not forget that the IPC controls the biggest interstellar publicity platform. More than half the news networks in the universe take their orders from us. The moment news spreads about Penacony going public, trillions of customers will immediately receive a message like this. The family's protection for Penacony has expired. Any mishaps in the dreamscape could result in permanent brain death. Care to guess how many ways we have to turn alfalfa credits into worthless junk within a measly 24 system hours?
You really think you can pull that off?
Even from Pier Point, as distant as it may be, I'm more than capable of keeping you on a tight leash. However, if you agree to give up that half-baked plan to go public, the IPC will assure you that we'll never jeopardize the interests of the family head. After all, we also need allies here in Asdana. The IPC can assist Penacony with financing.
30% equity, you say? Who can guarantee you won't want more in the future?
You're a smart merchant, Older. It benefits us if we both— I understand your concern.
Fine. Now, however, as there—
Go ahead. I'm listening.
When I was a child, I heard the adults recite the tale of the ancient Amber Era. The Order and the Preservation used to be close in ancient times. So—
The answer is simpler than you think. It's all about credits. Everyone's favorite thing and the universally recognized currency. With each new world integrated into the credit system, the IPC adds another building block to its cause. Eventually, all exchanges, capital, and businesses will operate within a unified monetary system. By then, all planetary developments will be recorded in accounts with well-defined values and the ability for exchange and circulation.
Ah, and then the IPC will be able to exert influence over everything.
Our intention is to establish enduring preservation. So I'm sure you can understand. This universe doesn't need two types of order.
Well said. Now you've convinced me. All right. Tell me your solution. Let's see if we're thinking the same.
Then let's continue our conversation. Please, Topaz, invite Sweet Dew to join us at the table. Thank you for your presence, Miss Himeko. Please allow me to introduce her to you, Mr. Alfalfa. This is Miss Himeko from the Astral Express, one of the future shareholders of Penacony.
I've heard so much about you, Mr. Alfalfa. It's an honor to meet you as representative of the Astral Express.
This stunning lady is the navigator of the Astral Express? It's a pleasure to meet you.
I believe everyone here is familiar with the general contents of the proposal. After this round of financing, the IPC is expected to hold 30% of Penacony's shares. Then, the IPC will transfer 5% of that stake to the Astral Express and recommend Miss Himeko as an independent director to honor the sacrifices and contributions made by the former Nameless to the land.
While this decision isn't finalized yet, we are honored that everyone here recognizes the way of the Trailblaze. While the Nameless didn't embark on their journeys for fame or fortune, if this is the wish of both the family and the IPC, I will represent the Astral Express and fulfill my duty as a member of the board of directors. The entire crew has agreed to assist in the reconstruction of Penacony. Beyond that, in our future travels, we are committed to bringing the beautiful dreams of the planet of festivities to more worlds. Of course, all cooperation is based on one premise. The path of harmony in Penacony must not be distorted again, and such a tragedy must never recur.
not exactly eye-catching.
Old OT is in agreement. So the issue is
they will soon realize the situation. When old Odie answered the last question, he represented more than just the Alfalfa family.
When should we schedule the formal negotiations? I'll handle the arrangement.
It's all up to you. I'll step back and let you handle the negotiations and takeover. I won't be involved.
But Miss Jade, this is...
Aventurine initiated this case, and you were his project partner. If that kid hadn't overplayed his hand, I wouldn't have been pushed to the forefront. I came here today to help you sort out the toughest issue. I trust you'll be able to wrap things up quite nicely.
Of course, there won't be any problems. And please, give Diamond my assurance.
Don't worry. Diamond has always trusted us. Radiant Feldspar. What a fantastic ship. Now that my business is done, it's time for me to indulge in my own little hobby.
You want to open a Bon and Jade exchange branch on this ship too?
Opportunities like this don't come around often. Just look at the guests on this ship. They're surely holding a wealth of valuable treasures. Well, I'll take my leave. A pawn shop can't run without a boss. See you around, Topaz.
I have one more question for you, Miss Jade.
Go ahead.
That dose of bitter poison. I'm curious as to how you found this information.
I didn't find the information. It came to me. It was from a lady concerned with the future of the Harmony. In return, I've agreed to help her with something. But that's for later. We can deal with it after we leave Penacony. You see, that's what investment is all about. The seeds of opportunity are already sown. They only need a little bit of nourishment to take root. Like right now, for example. It's just about time my final guest boarded the ship.
Sneaking in was way easier than I thought. The family's security is as lax as ever. So, this is the Radiant Feldspar. So luxurious. A pawn shop that grants wishes. Is there really a place like that on the ship? I'll find out for myself if the rumors are true or not. No danger detected, but never let your guard down. Is that her? Huh. Vanished in the blink of an eye. So the Astral Express is here too.
The Charmony Festival has really been postponed.
Is that all?
By the way, there's one more thing. Mr. Alfalfa and I discussed it. I'll present a gift to the Astral Express on behalf of the family, as a token of gratitude for the Nameless's contributions to Penacony. Please help me with the necessary arrangements.
Right away, Miss Robin.
Can I ask you something?
Oh, greetings, miss.
Do you know how to get to the pawn shop?
Pawn shop? Ah, you must be talking about Lady Bonajay's place, right? I heard she offers, special service. I've marked the pawn shop's location on your device. Please feel free to check it out.
Lady Bonajade. I think I've heard that name somewhere before. Was it from Silverwolf? Come to think of it, she disappeared after mentioning that she was going to meet with the Genius Society. I wonder how things turned out for her.
Looks good.
Welcome to Bonajade Exchange. Radiant Feldspar brand. How should I address you, dear lady?
Just call me Samuel.
Samuel. Nice name. So what do you need, Miss Samuel? And what are you willing to give up?
I want to keep on living. And for that, I'm willing to give up everything I have.
Everything you have?
That's right.
Miss Samuel, I think you'd best turn around. It seems you're not quite familiar with the term
What do you mean?
I mean it literally. I sense your burning desire to live, but unfortunately, you don't have anything of equal value to offer.
Okay. A pawn shop that grants wishes. I see. It's just a marketing gimmick.
Well, that's quite a harsh accusation. I understand you may not fully comprehend what I mean, but don't worry. I'll help you understand. Go and talk to these people. They're all customers of my pawn shop. See for yourself if their wishes have come true. Once you've done that, come back to me. I'll help you understand the true meaning of pawn and make you realize what you're missing.
That Lady Bonajade feels more like a money lender rather than the owner of a pawn shop. Well, I've got nothing better to do anyway. I'll do as she says and see what happens.
Looks good.
You stupid little girl. Coming back to lose more money.
Enough talk. This will be our final game. I'm bet.
Oh, a big talker, huh?
I won? I actually...
This can't be! You lost to me 10 times in a row.
It's true! Lady Bonajade has truly blessed me! Finally, my luck has...
Got it.
Prepared a gift for you, Dorothy.
Whoa! What a beautiful... How did you know I love jewelry made of cymophane?
So, will you go out with me?
I will. Really? I mean, really? I never said yes before.
Wonderful. So, shall we go, Dorothy?
Yeah, let's...
Just...
Hey, did you see that? The gray-haired one outside. Don't look around, just focus on your drink. Seriously, they look like a total lunatic.
Is that... her?
chirp, chirp. Origami bird.
Come down.
No, it's not the. Sorry.
Yeah, you heard right. I've got him. He's been hiding at the moment of soul in Penacony, using a fake identity. And I've made a deal with the family. Only how'd I find him? Well, 22 years. Yeah. I'm gonna hang up for now, partner.
All of their wishes actually did come true. But I just don't understand. How did she do it? And what does...
So you're back, Miss Samuel.
Yeah. I found those people. And it seems their wishes did come true after visiting the Bonajade Exchange. But I'm not sure what you want me to see. They all seem to be living... fulfilled lives.
Not so fast. This step was just to show you that the Bonajade Exchange is genuine. That I had the power to grant their wishes. And now, I'll tell you the price they paid. Dell was from a wealthy family. He was head over heels for Dorothy, and wanted to win her heart. So he made a deal with me. He put up his entire fortune in exchange for a gift that would impress Dorothy. It was a piece of cake for me, thanks to my IPC connections. However, Dell will soon find himself evicted from the dreamscape because he can't afford his room. Whether he can bounce back from poverty, well, that depends on him. Let's just hope that necklace will keep their relationship from crumbling. Then there's Stacy, a lady with a gambling addiction. She wanted some serious luck, but she had nothing to offer. So I took something else instead. I took away all her close relationships. From the moment she stepped out of the Bonajade Exchange, every casino in the cosmos would remember her name. But her parents and siblings would sever ties with her. And it would be impossible for Stacy to make any real friends. She will accrue a vast wealth due to her good luck, but she'll never be able to use it for the people who truly matter to her. As for Detective Walker, he spent 2 decades chasing down a wanted criminal for some heinous crime. But he never caught the guy. In his desperation, he offered his own memory system as collateral. In due time, his memories as a detective will be erased, and he will completely forget his own identity and all the sacrifices he has made. Interesting, don't you think? I fulfill people's desires and grant them favors, and soon they come back to me with even greater desire. When people see others' desires get fulfilled, they develop their own desires. It seems like an endless, and patience happens to be one of my greatest strengths. So now... AR-26710, a remnant of Glamoth's Iron Cavalry.
I'm not surprised.
You are much calmer than I expected. Entropy loss syndrome. Truly an unjust misfortune, isn't it? The higher-ups in Glamoth implemented such a failsafe within the genes of their warriors, just to make sure the... As for the price, those Iron Cavalries weren't exactly seen as regular, independent humans, so there wasn't really a price to be paid. However, you are different. You're now a Stellaron hunter, a living being named Firefly. Naturally, you want to continue your existence, but with the firmament front gone, the people who know the secret and can cure the disease are nowhere to be found.
Are you suggesting that the IPC has a remedy?
Well, there might be a silver lining. That's all I can say for now.
I see. It's no wonder you said I can't provide anything of equal value. Because nothing I own holds any meaning. So, You're going to ask me to personally restrain my partners to ensure my own survival?
Unfortunately, that's not quite the case. Partners. A nice way to put it. Now I'm even more curious about the Stellaron Hunters. Each of you has your own identity and a special bond with each other. It's strong, just as the 10 Stonehearts follow Diamond. You follow your own leader. I wonder what they are like, and if all traveling on the path of finality, but struggling against your destiny, attempting to move. I really hope that one day, all of you will come and visit my pawn shop. I'll be waiting patiently for that day.
Can I see this as an invitation? From Diamond to the Stellaron Hunters while keeping the IPC in the...
Consider it more of a personal offer from myself. It doesn't represent the IPC or the Strategic Investment Department.
The Stellaron Hunters have interacted with the IPC, but not the 10 Stonehearts. You know who I am. And you must know that my partner is keeping an eye on this room. If she wanted to, she could let the entirety of Purepoint know about it within a few mere seconds. What drives you to take such a risk and extend this invitation on behalf of Diamond, even if it could lead to your downfall?
Simply put, you and I are the same. However, unlike you Stellaron Hunters or the Astral Express, we band together merely to obtain what we want. Each of us has our own past and destined ends, and on this journey, we have been invited by Diamond to join him. This journey could be either brief or long, as each of us carries a void in our hearts. So, Diamond made us a promise to divide the power of the Emanator of Preservation into 10 pieces, and give each of us a cornerstone to fill. Mortal flesh is fragile, yet my heart is unyielding like the monolith. For without this resolve, the way of preservation would fade into oblivion. So, you understand? This pledge goes beyond a mere oath. It's our collateral, and whatever we gain from it will
I understand.
Take your time, child. You don't need to give me an immediate answer. Like I said, patience is one of my greatest strengths.
If fate turns that page, our paths will cross again. It's a shame, though, that this pawn shop can't give me what I desire. My last attempt in Penacony. Well, it ends with hope.
Lady Bonajade, I've come to deliver the collaterals promised.
Turns out, the meeting to decide the future of Penacony went much smoother than expected. The Charmony Festival's opening ceremony is starting. This airship has quite a few treasures, a bountiful harvest.
Remember, I can take you out with just...
Oh, that'd be my honor. Look who's here. The great hero of the Astral Express. The most dazzling trailblazer.
Oh, you're here too. Long time no see, friend.
Merely a greeting of platitudes.
Let's set aside those under-the-table dealings for now, partner. Don't want to spoil the festive mood of the Charmony.
Oh, I agree. Now let's congratulate Miss Trailblazer.
Thank you.
I'll pass. But
Ah, yes. I remember you. Your performance at Herta's space station was... adequate. No wonder that gambler likes you so much. The Intelligentsia Guild assigned me to be in... Very well. The Charmony Festival is about to commence soon. Take advantage of this unique opportunity. Then you'll excuse me.
What service?
The festival hasn't started. Let's take...
Hi!
Who's that?
It's really you! I knew I didn't get the wrong person. Yes, it's just... I didn't get the chance to say hello. There's... two murder cases, a showdown with the IPC's ambassadors, the legacy of the Nameless, and a remnant of the Order who wishes to replace an Eon-created paradigm. It's a good thing that you guys managed to overcome all those difficult problems. Congratulations! After the Charmony Festival's opening, will you guys be There will always be somewhere. After all, you guys are on the path of the Trailblaze. Before joining the Stellaron Hunters, Elio told me that this journey will tell me how to live on. That's all he said. As for the rest, it's up to me to find out. So, I'll pay extra attention to any leads that will let me live on. This trip to Penacony is no different. Yes. Initially, I thought the answer might lie with the riddle of the Watchmaker. I was looking in the wrong place. Do you know Miss Jade from the IPC's Strategic Investment Department? Bonajade Exchange belongs to her. She told me her price. But... I know. But which, of course, I want to live on. But... speaking of which, actually, I feel that I still owe you a formal apology for... even the smallest of lies can turn into a betrayal. It was an emergency, so I never had the chance to formally apologize to you. To me, hiding...
It's that girl! Get moving! Arrest that criminal before the Charmony Festival's opening ceremonies!
I can't believe they've chased me this far. Looks like we have to say our goodbyes. Don't worry about me, just go and enjoy this. The script hasn't reached its end yet. We will meet again.
I hope she's okay. But if it's only those two hounds again, she'll probably be fine. I'll send a message later to check in on her. Let's go attend the Charmony Festival first.
Well, if it isn't my old friend. That's what I thought. I heard. Such a pity I couldn't be there, or else I would have lent a helping hand. Look how bustling this ship is. Not transform. What are you saying? Oh, I understand now. You're referring to Aventurine's cornerstone, right? Sorry. Compared to him, my ability. Guess there's no harm telling you. The abilities of the 10 Stonehearts' cornerstones are all different. Some can even read your thoughts. Now that I think about it, it was good that Bronya got there when she did in Belobog.
No danger detected.
Hey there, lively lady. What should I call you? What a unique name. So, miss, what do you wish for? Oh, this is you. Sounds simple enough. Very. To fulfill this wish, the thing I need. Well, it's a two-legged animal with black fur, a round head, and long ears. It's omnivorous and is prone. Bring its tail to me as collateral, and your dreams will come true. May fate bring us together again.
So this...
Let's take a seat here. Everything is settled. Forget it. I've done. Looks like I don't have to worry about her. Let's.
Wow. Hey! Hey, Miss Robin!
Hey, Miss...
Hey!
Distinguished guests, fellow family members, ladies, it's a pleasure to join you all in celebrating the grandest ceremony of the Amber Era, the Charmony Festival. Firstly, on behalf of the Penacony family, and on behalf of myself, I'd like to extend a warm welcome to all our guests. As you all may have noticed, this year's Charmony Festival is far from regular. Thanks to the efforts of everyone, the celebration is unprecedented in scale. Not only that, the customary opening ceremony held at the Penacony Grand Theater has now moved to the Radiant Feldspar. We invite you to express your warmest applause and deepest appreciation for Oti Alfalfa, head of the Alfalfa family. What makes this festival so uniquely significant? As is widely known, the Radiant Feldspar had to halt its voice thanks to the hard work of Penacony's internal and external factions. We've finally gotten the dreamscape back on track, just in time. And finally, the last reason. Does everyone remember the Watchmaker? In truth, the family has poured their efforts into this festival. Just the father of Penacony, Mikhail Char Legwork, one of the legendary nameless who laid the foundations of penacony. In the most bewildering times of the planet of festivities, it was he who descended from the sky with his companions, who taught us through trailblazing where freedom lies. It was also they who led the vanguard in the pioneering of the dreamscape. And it can be said that Penacony's splendid success today is deeply rooted in the trailblazing ethos the Watchmaker planted within us. Only by honoring this trailblazing spirit can we fulfill our mission and spread harmony to a broader audience.
Aw, that's so nice of her. She's talking about us. Oh, come on. It doesn't matter if she's talking about the old or new generation. We're all still part of the Astral Express family.
And now, the sweet dream is back on track. All thanks to the Trailblaze, of course. If it weren't for everyone on the Astral Express, with unanimous consent from the 5 major lineages, Penacony's family, on behalf of all family members throughout the cosmos, offer it.
Oh, I wonder if it's gonna be a big one.
We will transfer ownership of the Radiant Feldspar to the Astral Express. A meager appreciation that we hope you will accept with grace. Let us gift our applause and cheers to these brave and dauntless Nameless.
Nameless! Nameless! Nameless!
And now, I propose a toast. To harmony, to the Trailblaze, to the future of Penacony and the universe, and to the generous... Cheers! Cheers!
To make a decision like that. This little bird is no less capable than her brother.
All's well that ends well. Right. But have you forgotten someone, my gray-haired friend? I put a bomb on this ship. You have 10 minutes to find it. Better hurry.
When did this get shoved into my hands? There's still so many bombs. All set. Let's start following.
You finally arrived, oh great. You don't like it? Satisfied? 5, 4, 1. I'm not even a real bomb.
At least I made some progress.
again got yourself into a pickle. Bob, I need your help, miss. The first case is the second case. Those are all the details. I trust in your deduction. Bing, bing! Correct dancing, as you've put in so much effort. Hello, lovely actor. If you didn't know, I'm well actually due to the card. Really? You really? Since you're done asking questions, but don't fret. What? Actually, as for that...
Not much time left.
minutes, 46 seconds. 28 minutes, 45 seconds.
You're here! Looks like she also sent you a message. Since you're here, I'll just keep it.
27 minutes, 52 seconds. 27 minutes, 50...
The sweet dream has lost the protect. Apart from its creator, I fear... It's difficult. Time is running out, and she's a... You mean the Watchmaker's guests? The Memo Keeper may be able to teleport the bomb to a deserted location, but... I don't know what grudges they have. Actually, do you still remember? The script said that I will experience death 3 times in the Land of Dream. I think this moment heralds the 3rd time. You may already know that I have no way of evoking dreams. I employ a Stellaron Hunter's special method in order to enter dreams. As long as I can bear the pain of the Memoria pressure, I'll be able to dive into the primal memory zone beyond the dream. I will take this bomb into the depths of the dreamscape, as deep as possible, where there are no living souls around. Don't worry. I believe that this Firefly armor will be enough to take me to where I need to go before the countdown ends. And maybe even make it back safely. At present, this is our best and most logical course of action. After all, a long story deserves a happy ending. I have some words to share with you, though they were spoken to me by Miss Acheron. She said that the so-called impossible is merely something that is yet to happen. At the moment, there are so many things that seem impossible. But are they really never going to happen? Maybe it's just that the moment to disprove whether it be a literal ending, suffering akin to death, or a harrowing deathscape. Before the appointed destination arrives, they are all the same. That when that moment arrives for us to make a choice, the answer to our end, it is not destiny that shapes us, but we who shape destiny. The Astral Express and the Stellaron Hunters are like light and shadow. We walk on different paths, intertwined, moving forward and growing together. Maybe the end is predestined, but it is not today.
Since things are going too well, let's speed up the countdown.
Human life is short, just like fireflies to a flame. So if you have an answer in your heart, always remember, don't leave with any regrets. We have this right, don't we?
When I arrived, I happened to see a child holding it. He said the flowers were prepared by Aunt Jessie for the watchmaker and the war comrade he'd missed his whole life. Mikhail would place 2 bunches of flowers here year after year. And after he left, it became 3. Your wishes will always be remembered by someone. Now, Penacony, as you hoped, has welcomed the dawn after a long, dark night. The path forward may not be a bed of roses. Tiernan, you can go home now. While the Nameless are also preparing for the next stop of their voyage.
But before leaving, we still have one last thing to do.
A fitting end to the tale of the departed. One could not ask for a better farewell. Go on. They're all here.
Gue sambil makan ya. Ngilangin lo teksnya. Oke, lanjut story.
Honestly, when I heard the conductor's request, I was pretty surprised. The nameless. Those who trailblaze, doing good deeds but never seeking recognition. After all this time, how would we even find those 3 people in such a vast place like Penacony? But it seems, in the land of the dreams, anything is indeed possible.
History may not remember the names of the dead, but the stars will attest to their journeys. The first glimmer of light in the prolonged night often illuminates little, as it is fleeting and the darkness too vast. But because of this, people will remember. As long as something shines in the night. Brooklyn Tiernan, Rosalina J. and Estella, we raise a toast to you, trailblazers of the Silver Rail. A toast to history that no longer remains silent. The passionate and courageous pursuit, and of...
That statue. It wasn't here last time.
Looks like this is the last riddle that Mr. Gallagher left for us. In the end, we still failed to figure out his true identity.
What should I say? I mean, this guy is definitely a history fictionologist, all right. Either way, he's an enigmatic character. At least our journey together in Penacony was real enough. Gallagher, we raise a toast to you. To the festival's invitation. To all lies and the singular truth. If we ever meet again, please don't talk in riddles.
Ini yang terakhir.
Is the Astro Express ready to depart Penacony?
Apologies, Mr. Mika, that we are only now bidding you farewell.
Oh, that's all right. You've all done so much for the Watchmaker, and we are forever indebted. Allow me, as the representative of Dreamflux Reef, to make another toast to all the nameless.
What will the people of Dreamflux Reef do now?
Many will continue to live here. Those accustomed to being awake will mostly have a hard time getting used to a life of dark. Penacony's nights are long. We're still...
Mika and residents of Dreamflux Reef, we raise a toast to you, watchers of the long dream. To your tenacity throughout time, to each sorrowful night, and to the dawn that is finally upon us.
Holy scale.
In the end, we still came full circle. This trailblazing expedition started from the moment you and a bellboy ran into each other. After going on a journey of many twists and turns, they still ended up where they just like a clock's hands that turn round and round. The start and end of each day will always land on 12 o'clock. There shouldn't be much left to say. This entire adventure started because of you, and should naturally end with you. And then, a new page will be turned. Mikhail Char Legwork, we raise a toast to you, watchmaker of the land of the dreams, nameless of the Astral Express. To Penacony's past, present, future, and the child's unwavering dream unto death.
With that, our duty as nameless should be complete. right?
The trailblaze can illuminate the way. But ultimately, the future of a world belongs to those who live in it.
I still feel that Mr. McHale must have really wanted to witness this day himself.
What's on your mind, March?
Just a strange feeling. I had it a few stops ago, but it's super strong this time.
Why not talk about it? Maybe everyone's thinking the same thing.
I can't help but think that whether it's Mr. McHale, Mr. Tiernan, or Madame Rosalina, their lives must have been long, and they must have experienced plenty of stories. They were also young once, stumbling and bumbling around just like us, getting into scraps and mischief, that sort of stuff. Companions, enemies, journeys, adventures, all the
Gak tau.
sad and happy memories. The
Gue lagi streaming HSL. Sorry,
they've lived through them too,
suara lu nggak masuk kok.
but those things are all in the past.
Tadi gue liat tiba-tiba hilang, tapi nggak ada suara DC.
But the thing that I can't get out of my mind is the present. It'll be easier to understand if I use an analogy. Like when you're reading a book. If one of its characters keeps running into obstacles and experiences an ending full of regrets, we're bound to feel a bit mixed about it. Because we've seen every nook and cranny of their lives, we see these people as special. So, even if there are parts of it that aren't really realistic nor logical, we still hope that their story gets a good ending when it comes. But what if they and we aren't really that special? When Mr. McHale sat in this chair, waiting for the Astral Express to arrive every day, what was he thinking? And if, at the end of his life, he could still firmly say he had no regrets, then what is this regret we feel in our hearts right now?
I think each and every one of us is searching for the answer to this very question. The universe is vast, and our lives are but specks. The trailblaze never ends, but against the backdrop of the cosmos, the average person's lifelong journey is merely a short stretch. But it is in this minuscule distance that paths cross and countless worlds connect. The universe may not remember every person who leaves a tie along the silver rail, but we will. As long as we remember, their stories will never end. And what Mr. McHale has left for us is his answer to this very question. It may not be perfect, but it left a smile on this storied, jaded old Nameless's face at the end of his life. And its meaning will be interpreted by those who come after us.
It's not the...
This is what trailblazing is.
Sure. I'm really sorry for bringing down the vibe. Quick, Don Hung, tell us a dad joke to lighten the mood.
It's never a bad thing to reflect. One day, we'll all have to face our own farewells.
But before that, we still have a long way ahead of us together.
So the most important thing right now is to tell the conductor what we saw in Penacony. Then prepare ourselves for our next trailblazing destination.
I should get back to the Express. Or maybe I could say my final goodbye to Acheron.
Do you still remember when we first arrived in Penacony? Who would have thought our paths would cross in such a way? Come to think of it, I didn't even get a chance to formally introduce myself. Simply put, I'm a self-annihilator who was cursed by the Nihility. My hometown was destroyed a long time ago, and the whole world was erased beneath their shadow. In order to fight against the cruel end of self-destruction, I went on a journey, in search of a way to sever the chains of the Nihility. After a long and grueling search, I am convinced that my destination lies within the depths of the dark web, where in there lurks a secret called Device 9. One day, I'll reach it. The ocean of stars is vast, and given our destinations, I'm afraid our paths may not cross again. But the trailblazing expedition ahead is always full of unknowns. And my blade is sharp enough to sever fate. As long as we maintain our original resolve, I believe there will come a day where we will meet again. In that case, I must apologize for my rudeness. Do you remember when we first met? I once said you reminded me of an acquaintance. Because of the Self-Annihilator's curse, my memories are stripped away, blurring my past. And after our journey together, what I originally thought were familiar feelings were merely illusions. That's right. What matters more is not who I am, but what we have done together. We both still have our own paths to walk. So let's forge ahead. Hopefully, if we meet again.
There. Chin up, Pom-Pom.
Wow. Your method of consolation is truly unsophisticated.
Still better than just standing there like a scarecrow. Oh, hey, you're finally back. We told Pom-Pom all about our adventure, and they suddenly started crying. I've never seen Pom-Pom.
The conductor never could. Pom-Pom is just angry. Yeah, angry. No matter where the express stops, you lot always manage to cause chaos. My well-thought-out timetable completely ignored. That's right. Pom-Pom is just angry. It's not because of Misha, Tiernan, Rosalina, and the rest.
It's okay. Oh, Pom-Pom, just let it all out. Everyone,
could you all take a break in the next car? Don't worry. I'll stay here with Pom Pom.
But...
Let's go, March.
I never expected Pom Pom would be so distraught.
Those three nameless must have meant a lot to Pom Pom.
No one knows exactly when Pom Pom boarded the Express, but one can surmise that their journey has been filled with many. The fact that they're crying so hard is probably a good sign. It proves that Pom Pom's emotions haven't become dulled by the grind of time. They still deeply cherish every nameless who was boarded. Leave it to Himiko. When it comes to comforting, there's no one better on the Express. Well, they were a little emotional at the time, but I'm afraid that's not out of the question. Since you joined us, the Express has stayed longer than anticipated at every stop along the way, and to ensure that...
I see. No wonder I can regularly hear Pom Pom.
Turns out Pom Pom's been silently putting...
Different from typical vehicles, the Astrolix, but because of our previous encounter...
Only 2 more? Isn't that super risky? Oh, I don't want to become an ice cube floating around in... When you put it like that, it doesn't actually sound... But I don't even want to become an adorable...
Which also means that we must prudently consider our next destination.
Yes, I've already checked the astral charts. The 2 nearest worlds to us are the oceanic planet of Lushaka and the agate world, Melustanen. As for which one we're headed to, that still...
Or perhaps you might consider a suggestion.
Wait.
Everyone, we meet again.
It's you! Why were you just in my room?
It's a very cute room, Miss March. Just like you.
Memo Keeper, let's put aside how you managed to sneak past everyone and board the Express for now.
I accidentally overheard how the Express obtains fuel. I just wanted to chat with everyone to see if we could work together. But now...
Please speak candidly. Depending on what you say, we could very well ask you to disembark.
Ah, the Permanence's descendant. What a charming little dragon. Especially with those mired memories of yours. But I digress. If the Astral Express is in urgent need of a special trailblazing expedition to recharge its engine, have you all considered this? Perhaps your destination could be a world that even the renowned Akivili never reached. Should you be able to lay down a new stretch of silver rail, the Express may never have to worry about energy ever again.
Trailblazing to a world that even Akivili has never been to? Is that possible?
Continue, Memo Keeper. This destination of which you speak, what sort of world is it?
A world that many across the universe don't even know exists. A world hidden away from outside observation. Its presence only revealed by the light from a world fettered by 3 paths. Its destiny hanging in the balance. The eternal land, Amphorius.
I hope I'm not too late, child.
I wasn't expecting it to be you.
Don't you know how many sentry posts the family has built? And how hard it is to get you out of...
Looks like...
What do you mean?
Negotiation, interrogation, or death. The dance is done. Why bother with the compassionate pretense and give someone who's about to die the chance?
Despite your fall from grace, you still look well.
Do not insult my pride with half-veiled sarcasm.
Oh, of course not. I merely came to fulfill your younger sister's wishes. To offer you a generous trade. That is, if you're willing to...
Robin?
To build a true haven where everyone can attain peace. That's the oath between you siblings. If I told you there was still a chance to realize this vow, would you be... I recognize the gravity of this question. Which is go now. You are free, O Chosen One, who dare to exceed his bounds. Sever your wings, descend to the
I will not accept your charity.
As I mentioned earlier, it's a trade, and you don't have to give me an answer right now. Rewards are not reaped in a day, and if there's one thing I'm best at, it's waiting. A word of advice for you before we part ways. Life is too short to miss out on.
To be continue. Endless stream.